days.
Welcome everyone to the Waratah League, powered by Wilson. It's the 2025 Waratah League Finals, and we're here at the Guzman y Gomez Stadium here on the Central Coast for some semi-final action in the Waratah Women. Battlefield for a spot in the grand final tomorrow. It's a matchup between the two Canberra squads, with the Canberra National Academy going up against the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. Welcome everyone, I'm Matt Pulbrook. With me is Lockie France. Now, Lockie, Canberra Nationals top of the table, Queanbeyan Roadrunners at fourth, second and third in point differential, Nationals in second, third for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. Two
Also held Emily Sampson to just 14 points, where she averages in excess of 21 this season. So Chris Langhorne, three-time league MVP, spanning over 15 years, 2010, 2015 and 2025. So definitely it's going to take a big game from Langhorne, but it's been the same three top scorers, Langhorne, Virgo, Kettles, both times these teams have played. For the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. Yep,
Christian Langhorne, definitely a veteran, All-Star 5 and the MVP this year. And with Emily Sampson, if she can respond to that round 18 victory that the Roadrunners had against the Nationals Academy, Sampson, 21.9 points per game this season, having a high of 42 early in the year, 30 three-pointers made on the year, and also a member of the All-Star 5. Along with Chris Langhorne, Samantha Chicken from the Falcons, Tiffany Reynolds from the Dolphins, and Ruby Aaron from the Dolphins as well. Speaking of the Dolphins, they've gone up to Central Coast Waves in the Niagara Park Stadium. Also at the exact same time this game is going on, the winner of that game will obviously go up against the winner of this game in the grand final tomorrow, which is on Court 1 at the GYG Stadium over here. Referees for tonight, so we've got Caitlin Lachlan Nichols and Isabel Naylor. Thank you to those referees, and they're going to definitely have a close game on their hands, a tough game on their hands to referee, see if this is a physical game or not between these two great sides.
Yeah, I mean, it's first and fourth, but it's 13-3 versus 11-5, so Canberra didn't exactly run away with the top spot this year. You mentioned Sampson and Langhorne. 9 of the top 10 single game scoring performances in this league this year came from players who are out there tonight. 3 from Sampson, 4 from Virgo, and 1 each for Langhorne and Katia and Tate. So, if you want someone who's going to put up big numbers, these are the players to do it.
Definitely. I have the stats right up here, the leaders and three-pointers made. It's literally just overrun by Roadrunners and Nationals players. Amber Virgo leading the league with 58 three-pointers made in the season. The next player behind her is Emily Sampson, who had 30, she's running away with it in points per game. Sampson leading that, Christian Langhorne right behind her. So you got two of the best players in the Waratah Women coming up together. And speaking of Christian Langhorne, she's in the tip there with Abby Emerson. And Abby Emerson has some experience in the NBL 1 this season. 7 games played for the Nationals this year, 9.8 points per game in the 2025 Senior Premier League, which is local competition in Canberra. And to get us started off with, they won the tip to the Nationals. Here's Sampson driving baseline. Sampson, a little 2 miss and a rebound. Georgia Langley gets us started off with, and on the break, there we go. Taylor Enchon gets the Roadrunner started.
Yeah, perfect way to get started. Just get an easy basket, get out there and running. See the ball go through the basket, settle the nerves a little bit.
Here's Georgia Nowak. Katia and Tate finds Sampson. Inside of Edmonton, backing down. Edmonton, no call on the contact there. And Roadrunners go the other way. And it will go the other way with the Canberra Nationals. Give a loose ball out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Tate just knocked that onto Georgia Langie's foot, back onto her leg there. So,
yeah. Georgia Nowak, 3.9 points per game on the season in her 13 games. inside. Foul call.
Georgia Nowak actually started the season with Bankstown in NBL 1 this year, but that commute up from Goulburn's that's a tough one.
That's tough, and especially how boring the Hume Highway is. I know that.
So, I mean, she said Canberra's still 90 minutes away, but it's a lot better than the trek up to Bankstown.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nowak makes the first points of the night for the Canberra Nationals. And successful on both, so 2-2 game. Minute gone here in the first quarter. Inside, Georgia Langley knocked away. Yuan gets it. On the run, Nationals Academy. Sampson with the ball. Tia and Tate. Gets inside, tries the lay. Too long.
Langhorne's just too disciplined on defense to, someone with her kind of experience is not going to give up cheap fouls. You're going to have to be very efficient inside.
Knocked away by Abby Emerton. Great defense on the drive there. Tia and Tate again. Finds Sampson. Sampson, a little floater in and out. And the rebound there. But Tegan Kettle's someone with experience as well.
Definitely. That's a very familiar name in both the Queanbeyan and Canberra colours.
Georgia Langley gets inside. Loose ball and another great defensive play there by Abby Emerton, knocking that one away. And that gets Sampson on the break for the easy two. 4-2 game right here is Christian Langhorne, the MVP. And she goes inside, off the rim and out. Emerton the rebound. Errant pass. Get it across the timeline. Here's Georgia Nowak. Sanson, we're down to 8, down to 7 left on the shot clock. Inside, Emerton, her defender falls down. Emerton, little jumper, too long. And Entron, the rebound.
And we might say, Kristen Langhorne does bring the ball up. Just try to get, they already got Sampson going there in the half court. They're cutting through, and I'd really like to see them get her really going early. As
Langley goes to the line. She's fouled.
Both these teams, they got a couple of experienced players, but they definitely do trend young, especially obviously Nationals Academy being an academy team, but even the Queanbeyan Roadrunners, it's a lot of players who are just out of 18s, maybe played an under 20s for ACT.
Yeah. Amber Virgo, for an example, 19.5 points per game, probably the second best player on this team behind the veteran Christian Langhorne. She's 17 years old and averaging the numbers that she does. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, she was a bottom age under 20s player for ACT earlier this year.
Yeah. Here's Georgia Nowak with the 3 off the glass. Emerton, the offensive board, and the follow.
Yeah, just defense kind of lost track of where Abby Emerton was. It's someone you've got to box out on every occasion, at this level especially.
Most definitely. Here's Tegan Kettles, tries to get inside of Langhorne, and it will go out of bounds as Langhorne tries to save it. She's unsuccessful with that one. And substitutes into the game for the Nationals Academy. Hannah Bowles, number 6, into the game, 13 games on the season, 4.5 points per game, as CC Hong out of the game for the Nationals Academy.
Yeah, Hannah Bowles, bit of experience, played for Goulburn in 2022 in the Waratah League, made the semi-finals. Been there before.
Lost ball. You go the Roadrunners inside. A lot of contact, no call. Loose ball back to the Roadrunners. Langhorne misses. Another opportunity here for the Roadrunners. Corner 3, in and out. And that was Amber Virgo.
Yeah, I do like the way they reset things up there and had Virgo wide open there. Would have been very easy for O'Brien to just turn around and throw that one back up. Got a much better look though.
Georgia Nowak jacks the screen. Risky pass, knocked away. The ball goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Roadrunners. And into the game for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners, Megan Scott, number 3, 11 games on the season, 3.2 points per game. Whistle on the floor. And a timeout as the Nationals Academy call it.
So 6-4 is their lead early, and of course Basketball New South Wales would like to extend a big thank you to our official partners: Wilson, New South Wales Office of Sport, iAthletic, Sol Sports, GTK, PCYC, and the New South Wales Government. Without your support, we wouldn't be here tonight bringing you all this action.
Yeah, most definitely. It's been a great weekend so far, great Saturday so far. So, Lockie, what do you think that you saw, like the Abby Edmonton offensive board and the follow after that? What do you think the Roadrunners can do to stop kind of plays like that? It's only a 6-4 game. We're quite early, but what can they do to mitigate that?
I mean, that's just a straight up losing your defender. You can't leave anyone really that open in that situation to get a rebound there, especially Abby Edmonton. I mean, she's the one you know is going to be there in close quarters getting a rebound. But I feel like Queanbeyan, I think they need more to, look at what they're doing in the half-court offense. I like a team that can run, but is happy to use 23 seconds if they need to.
Okay, yeah.
So Queanbeyan, they're fine with running, but probably need to get something going in the half-court and just get some easy looks.
Kettles the jumper too long, and Nowak the rebound. Couple substitutes in the game. Errant passes. Sampson not able to hold on to it and out of bounds. An unforced error right there that the Nationals do not need. Neither team really needs it.
No. First possessions out of a timeout, always crucial. It's the one chance you get to really drum into your team exactly what you want them to do.
Especially a turnover like that, where that just went out of bounds and didn't really need to happen at all. Here's Scott. Scott gets inside, little floater in. Megan Scott with her first 2 points of the night right there.
There's another player who's also really young. It's the thing about playing this Waratah competition. You get so much experience early in your career playing against players like Langhorne and Kettles. And good decision there from the youngster.
And Tate with the two. Off the assist there by Emily Sampson. 8-6 game. Halfway gone here in the first quarter. Here's Christian Langhorne. This is at 5'11". Has plenty of experience, especially in the NBL 1 East a couple of years ago. Langhorne inside and wave it off. Call for the travel. Turnover by Langhorne. Substitutes into the game for the Roadrunners. Georgia Langley in for the Roadrunners, and also number 32, I apologize, Kylie Langley as well. So
family affair.
Family affair, that's right. Feed to Sampson. She hasn't left the game yet. Gets it to Edmonton. Backing down low. Knocked away. Nowak. Late in the shot clock. Down to 6. Nowak inside. Doesn't convert the two, but a foul as she's hacked. And 2 shots at the line for her.
Georgia Nowak, she's representing New South Wales country and ACT. Of course, was in the NBL 1. A couple of NBL 1 teams over the last few years. I mean that's just a luxury to have a player like that just basically, come in from NBL 1 and just slot straight in like she has. And it doesn't have to take over, and I dare say she wouldn't be trying to. Just come in, play your role, and just be an extra valuable option.
Maybe be a mentor because of the NBL 1 experience. Anyways, 9-6 game right there as Nowak is 1 of 2 from the line. Inside, Georgia Langley is no good. And a rebound. Nowak, a feed to Sampson. Great pass. She misses the wide open layup. Great opportunity, not able to convert on that. As a foul is called on the floor.
I mean, that's still dangerous for Queanbeyan. Sampson didn't make the basket on this occasion, but if she gets out and running, and they can find it with those long passes, it's quick points. And I dare say Emily Sampson, someone who averages 21 points a game, is going to win that battle in the long run.
Errant pass and out of bounds. So Roadrunners not able to convert on anything out of the foul, and another turnover for them. 9-6 game, 3:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgia Noack with the ball. Nationals Academy looking to build on the lead. Is Emerton. Gets it inside. Bowles. Sampson, she's blocked. And Sampson gets it back. And then the Roadrunners have it. I believe that was Langhorn on the block there from behind. Here she is, Christian Langhorn. Kick out. Scott, the three, too long. And pass goes in the backcourt, out of bounds. Amber Virgo back into the game for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. See what she can do right here to spark some offense in this game for Queanbeyan.
It'll be interesting to see now with Kylie Lange, and they've got two players there with real height, so I see how that impacts their offense. As we see now, Langhorn and Emerton matching up.
As Sampson, the two, too long. Emerton on the boards once again. And Abby Emerton, just a pain on the offensive boards and able to get that easy two right there. Knocked away, goes off the foot of Emily Sampson. Will stay with the Queanbeyan Roadrunners.
And that's twice that Emerton's had those wide open rebounds. And now with Langhorn and Kylie Lange on court, you have to say one of them should be.
Langhorn, the three. This will be good. And it's no good as Noack gets the rebound on the run. Nationals Academy. Tia Ann Tate kicks it out. The three, too long. And the rebound to Kylie Langley. Kind of Bowles misses that three-point opportunity. Is Megan Scott. Scott gets inside a feed. It's too low. It was a kick ball, and we'll stay here with the Roadrunners.
I don't mind that. It's still a solid play. The pass wasn't on and on, but at least they're trying a little something in the pick and roll there and looking to get something going.
Tegan Kettles to inbound the three. Almost banked it in, but missed. And a foul on the fight for the rebound as Emily Sampson is hacked.
Yeah, she saw it coming from Kylie Lange and just went straight into her and almost just allowed Lange to foul there. Smart play by young Emily Sampson, who hasn't got going just yet. Watch out if she does.
I would bet on it. Tate, the three, she misses. And Noack, the offensive rebound here. Sampson with a quick step inside is hacked. Foul call as Tegan Kettles commits the foul. I believe that is her first foul, and we have a timeout on the floor. I believe the Roadrunners call it. 11-6 game, 2:03 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's been a low scoring first quarter, particularly. I mean, 6 points obviously for the Roadrunners, very low scoring, but for both teams really, for teams that average 74 and 79.3 points per game respectively, it's been really low scoring. Haven't seen the Wilson go through the hoop, but if you want to watch the Wilson go through the hoop, the official Wilson NBL1 East game ball is now available. Search wilson.com BNSW basketballs to purchase yours today.
That was a wonderful transition there, Lockie. Wilson, obviously the ball provider for the Waratah League. And both of these teams have great defense as well. Let's not forget about that. Nationals Academy allow 55.9 points per game, second in the league, and then the Roadrunners with 61.3. So you might expect a lower scoring, and kind of on the other side, we'll see with the Central Coast Waves and the Port Macquarie Dolphins, we'll see how that game goes. That's very important. And speaking of the defense for the Waves, they have the best defense in the league terms by, opponent's points per game with 48.6 on the year.
That is very, very low numbers. But that Waves team, lots of NBL1 experience and a lot of players who probably could have played NBL1 as well and decided that the grind of the NBL1 wasn't right really for them. And especially when you're a country team, you got the grind of NBL1 and then all the travel that comes with it.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of time you have to put towards an NBL1. Depends how you think of it, but the NBL1 might not just be worth it to put in all that effort.
Sometimes life just gets in the way as well.
Yeah, that's very true. These people with like jobs and everything. You know, life gets in the way. That is very true. Langhorne, the three. Langhorne hits, and first three of the night by either side.
And Queanbeyan, 30% of their field goal makes this year have been from beyond the arc, so they don't mind it.
Tate inside, too short on the leg, and Langhorne the rebound.
And, I mean, as you mentioned earlier, Matt, Amber Virgo almost doubling up the field on three-point makes this season.
Yeah. Inside, Langhorne gets balls jumping, and Langhorne makes the two right there. 13-11 game with 1:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgia Nowak get inside, is hacked. Believe it will be a shooting foul. That foul was committed by Georgia Langley.
Look at that. First two possessions after a timeout called by the coach of the year is Kristen Langhorne scoring in two completely different ways.
Yeah.
I mean, you call these late quarter timeouts to try and sort things out and just try and get sometimes just try and get some late momentum going into the break.
Yeah. Nowak successful on both right there. And into the game for the Nationals Academy. Madison Schofield into the game for the first time tonight. 8.8 points per game on the season. 12 three-pointers made in her 13 games that she's played this year. Georgia Langley. A feed to Virgo. Now Langhorne. Langhorne gets inside. A lot of contact as Bowles and Schofield were there.
Second foul for Bowles, and Kristen Langhorne, she's really coming into her own now. I think we all expected it. And two defenders on her just knew as soon as she went up, no, you're going to get the foul call.
Yeah. What do you expect from her? She's been great, and you know she plays on the Wednesdays in the Senior Premier League, and you know has played 15 points per game this season, playing for the Western Creek Road and Dodgers in her 15 games that she's played on those Wednesday nights. Hannah Bowles with the two fouls and foul trouble heads out of the game.
Yeah, I think Langhorne will just try to dominate physically. I mean, you can say 5'11", but she plays 6'3".
Yeah. As Tate is fouled.
A player who's been around NBL 1 and pre-NBL 1 Waratah League when that was the top division as well.
Yeah. Substitute, Talia Enshon and also Tegan Kettles. No, wait. There she is. She's in.
She's in. So Langhorne. I like this idea from Coach Norton. More just give Langhorne an extended end of quarter break.
Yeah.
Just let her play 9 minutes, bring her out, give her a 3-minute spell rather than just two. And just because they're not going to win this game unless she plays really big minutes. I think the same will go with
Sampson.
Emily Sampson for Canberra Nationals Academy.
Speaking of Katia, with the players for the Nationals, Katia and Tate with 17 points per game on the season. She can bring it on offensively. Definitely an X factor for that side. Knocked away, stolen. Down the other end, Laura Top for the Canberra Nationals. Nowak's been handling the ball a lot tonight. Feed to Emerson. Fine high pass right there. Schofield too long on the three. Misses everything. Offensive rebound though. 4-3 Emerson. Too long. Schofield on the offensive boards. Madison Schofield, she misses. Another opportunity for the Nationals on the fight for the rebound, and the Roadrunners hold off. Tegan Kettles at the buzzer, and she misses that one, and the Canberra Nationals Academy lead 17-13 heading into the second quarter.
Yeah, I really wish Madison Schofield had gone straight back up on that play rather than putting it on the floor and trying to get the turnaround layup. And, well, after a quarter, we got Georgia Nowak leading the scoring for Canberra with 5 points, and then Sampson, Emerton, and Tate with 4 apiece. And then, as you would expect, Chris Langhorne, 7 points for Queanbeyan and Enshong. Georgia Lange, Megan Scott, 2 points apiece early. Lange and Tegan Kettles, 2 fouls apiece, and then Bowles, 2 fouls for Canberra. So no one in horrendous foul trouble, but 2 in the opening quarter is not where you want to be. But I would like to see Queanbeyan really start to get Amber Virgo going. Just run her through a few sets, get her open on the perimeter. Try to see if she can knock down a couple of threes. And you mentioned Tia Ann Tate, and I think Amber Virgo is kind of the running mate for Kristen Langhorne in this game.
Yeah.
Try to get both of them humming, because I mean, Emily Sampson hasn't.
A dynamic duo for both teams. That's very important.
They certainly are, and you know, Sampson, she had a decent first quarter. It wasn't, you know, the electric start which she's expected, but she did score 5 points. Which is,
she's yet to really get going. We can really see her turn it up in, you know, the second half or whenever it is. Game is definitely, obviously, far from over 17-13. Very low scoring first quarter right there. So I want to shout out some sponsors between these timeouts. Dream Hoops 1000. Let's get 1,000 new kids facing financial difficulties on courts around New South Wales. Donate today. Search Donate Dream Hoops 1000. And Basketball New South Wales has teamed up with NBA 2K in an exciting new partnership. How about that? Stay tuned for more ways to connect your love of the game on and off the court.
Would love to see a bit. Can we get some Waratah League 2K mod? That'd go all right.
Yeah, we can get that through. I mean, you're good with the computers, right? You can do it.
I'm good. I'm not that good.
You got a game development, you know, like degree.
I wish. No.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's probably some on like some Steam mod somewhere. I don't know.
There we go. We get Emily Sampson on 2K. How good would that be?
Emily Sampson on 2K, 99 overall. What would Christian Langhorne be? She'd be like 98.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. No, despite that, here's the Roadrunners. A miss there, right there by Amber Virgo, who we just talked about. Lost ball on now foul.
Only the first. Oh, shout out also to the bench and getting those paddles up really high to see them.
Yeah, really high. It's kind of hard to hear who the number is for these headphones, but it's all good. And Tate the 3 on the assist there by Abby Emerton. Tate just pulls right up there and had the confidence to make it, and she did. There's Amber Virgo inside. Passes way too high there for Tegan Kettles, and a turnover right there.
There we go. To Ann Tate. Early 3. Set her on her way. Yeah.
Katia Ann Tate has scored in, you know, the Junior Premier League, the local competitions, and the other Canberra region tournaments. She's scored 3,009 total career points through 4 years. That's 131 games. So you can see the offensive talent she has at all levels.
That's huge.
Inside there, she is Tate. She misses. He gets her own rebound. Schofield around the horn. Nowak. 8, 7. It's the bench countdown with me. And Tate inside. Off the glass, miss. And the late shot clock shot misses right there. Here's Langhorne. Christian Langhorne drives baseline and goes quick right there.
Yeah, just had Schofield beaten there. Schofield probably discretion the better part of Valor there to not commit the foul.
Laura Top, she misses. Across the timeline. Wilkie the feed to Langhorne. The handoff. Here's Kettles. Kettles the 3. Kettles way too long. And a rebound, Nowak. They're hustling her as Nowak gets it across the timeline. Feed to Katia and Tate is Abby Edmonton. Edmonton trying to find someone. Gets it to Nowak. Down to 5, down to 4, down to 3. Nowak inside. And that shot is no good right there. As Kettles. A feed, Virgo on the lay, and Virgo with the easy 2 right there. Great assist there by Tegan Kettles, and defense caught lacking there with the Nationals.
Definitely, and also noticed there that Langhorne really strong on Emerton in the rebounding contest. I dare say that was
and there they are right there as Langhorne and Emerton go at it, and will stay with the Canberra National Academy as it goes out of bounds. Substitutions on both sides. The Roadrunners bringing on a couple. Sampson into the game for the Academy. Nowak to inbound, finds Sampson. See what she can do this second quarter. Cici Hong, late in the shot clock, lost ball. On the run, Rhiannon O'Brien, she misses. On the follow, Georgia Langley. Timeout on the floor, back to a 1-point game here for the GUIG Stadium, and the Nationals up 20-19 with 7:01 remaining left in the second quarter.
Yeah, but letting Rhiannon O'Brien get out there and running like that will not impress the Canberra National Academy coaching staff one iota. And, well, Sol Sports, the official supplier of officiating and basketball New South Wales staff apparel. Check out their range at solsports.au. They also supply at least one or two NBL 1 teams as well.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about them today. Heard a lot about them today. So in terms of the big picture thing, Nationals going for their third title within the space of 4 years. I mean, just what a showing. They were in the 2023 Grand Finals into the Coffs Harbour Suns. It would be amazing if they can get to the grand final and do this and win 3 titles in the space of 4 years and dominant the way they are. Jalen Jansen, who won the title, won the MVP last year with the Nationals. She's on the coaching staff. She's one of the assistant coaches along with Ellen Robertson. Coach is Claire Gallen and manager April Croft I have here on my sheet.
And of course, 2022, they won the title as well. Mia Slater was grand final MVP. I was lucky enough to call that game, and I have it on good authority that Mia Slater and Maddie Wheatley over at Gannett University in Erie, Pennsylvania are tuning in. Yeah. So, Nationals pride on the other side of the world.
Yeah. Mia Slater had a lot of NBL 1 experience this year, along with a lot of other former Nationals Academy players. They have a taste for talent, if that's the word you can use. And Tate misses the 3-throw. And Tate makes the second. So 21-19 game coming out of the timeout. Roadrunners putting on some momentum. A feed. Almost got out of bounds. Langhorne tries the 3. She drills it. Christian Langhorne.
Shoulder strap and all.
Shoulder strapping, and they lead by 1. First lead of the night, I believe, for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. Big Tian Tate, she fakes the 3. Tate inside, nice pretty move. Fight for the rebound, and Kettles gets it. Georgia Langley gets inside on the lay, left it on the rim, and it's in.
And, well, timeout, not doing a lot for the Canberra National Academy, because when they can't put the ball in the basket, they're not going to be able to slow down Queanbeyan in transition very well.
Emerton, the little 2, easy shot there, as the assist goes to Georgia Nowak. Bit more pace picking up here on this game as the ball goes out of bounds. Amber Virgo leaves the pass way too high there for Rhiannon O'Brien.
Yeah, I think she could have just pulled that out there. Long pass went up court. Transition play wasn't on. Just let it get back to 5-on-5. Run something in the half court. Maybe give it a couple of seconds to develop.
Hannah Bowles is into the game for the Canberra Nationals Academy. Georgia Nowak left it off the side of the backboard. That one misses. Rhiannon O'Brien finds Kettles. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien the 3. That would have been big. Offensive rebound, though. Christian Langhorne is a nuisance. And she will head to the line as Abby Emerton hacks her.
Another player you have to know where she is at all time. Emerton's second foul. I feel if Emerton gets in foul trouble, Langhorne is going to feast inside.
the glass and in. Great assist there by Georgia Nowak. She's been great so far tonight with the passes that she's making and the plays that she's been making. And Sampson gets the 2. Tegan Kettles inside. Christian Langhorne, the link up of the dynamic duo. She waits for the core. She doesn't get it. Roadrunners still have it all though. Kettles the 3.
Starting to feel it from outside. Langhorne's knocked down a couple. Now Kettles. Said earlier that they don't mind firing away from deep to the Roadrunners.
The excitement has picked up here in the second quarter. Abington feeds to Nowak. Nowak the 3, and she answers. So back at 28 tied, and Georgia Nowak hits the 3, her first 3 of the night. Tegan Kettles inside. Little layup, and she misses. Abington.
Hannah Bowles playing
gets it away.
Bowles playing with fire there. 2 fouls, trying to poke away from behind.
She is right here. Feed to Katia and Tate. Toulon on the 3. And Christian Langhorne on the rebound. Been a monster on the board so far. Lost ball. Sampson gets the steal. Great defense. 1 on 3. Sampson goes strong. She misses. Gets her a rebound. Blocked by Langhorne, as Langhorne with some great defense. And now back with the Canberra Nationals. Late in the shot clock, Nowak inside. She's hacked on the drive. And she will head to the line. Able to draw contact late in the shot clock right there. Again, tie game at 28 here, 3:47 remaining. Substitutes for the Roadrunners as Megan Scott into the game and also Kylie Langley as well.
Decent sized lineup here, the Roadrunners. They've got Kettles, Langy and Langhorne out there at the same time. And I mean, Georgia Langy is no shrinking violet either.
So 29-28 in favour of the Nationals Academy. Tegan Kettles in the feed to Christian Langhorne. Megan Scott tries to get 3 back to Langhorne. And a foul call as Hannah Bowles falls to the ground, but is called for the block.
And that'll be her 3rd. Langhorne noticed that straight away, that she wasn't quite straight in front and wasn't going to get there. It was 2 points or a foul. Either way, Langhorne was going to win that battle.
So Hannah Bowles in foul trouble. We have a timeout on the floor. Christian Langhorne's been the X factor so far, and she's done what she's done, the MVP in for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. Sampson yet to get going. Katia and Tate to show it out. I think Georgia Nowak has been one of the better players for the Canberra National Academy. What do you think she's done so far?
She's read the situation really well. First few minutes, she was bringing the ball up. It's so good having her there. It's a player you can trust will get the ball across half court every single time. She was starting. She was bringing the ball up court in the first few minutes, and she's just let the game come to her. Now she's getting to the basket. She's hit a 3. She's kind of put away those couple of low percentage looks she had. She hasn't really been trying those. Been facilitating teammates more. I think she's just really come into the game as it's progressed.
Most definitely. Abby Everton as well, her beast on the offensive boards in the first quarter. So we come out of the timeout with 3:31 left remaining. Christian Langhorne for the timeout right there, drawing the foul on Hannah Bowles. Smart to do that right there. On the inbound, here's Georgia Langley. On the left side of the floor, drives baseline, picks it out. The 3 there by Tegan Kettles, and Mila Sullivan gets the rebound right there. And Sampson caught for the double dribble.
I like the injection of Sullivan here against this Queanbeyan Roadrunners lineup. A little bit more height out there. You can see she's got...
Yeah, matches up against Kylie Langley quite well right there. Also, Abby Emerton also brings some size against Christian Langhorne. So you see kind of like the double bigs going on.
Yeah, fighting fire with fire, the Nationals Academy.
It's the way to go. Tegan Kettles, feed to Langhorne, gets it inside. Langley, the 2, she misses, gets her own rebound. Langhorne inside, draws contact once again. And she's doing so well tonight just to draw contact and get to the line, slow the game down and get these easy free throws.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a player out there who's averaging 26 points per game in games against Canberra this season and 21.6 overall. And just finals experience as well. There's something about coming into these kind of games knowing you've done it so many times before. A lot of these players, they played a bit. They might have played for their state teams, but these single game knockouts are a different beast once again.
Block right there as Megan Scott had it. Tegan Kettles, the two, she misses as Langhorne missed that free throw, and a lot went on from there. It's Georgia Nowak inside, getting her paint touches. She finds Sullivan, and Sullivan throws it out of bounds as Tegan Kettles was harassing her, and Sampson was able to get it. Tie game at 29, 2:30 remaining left here in the first half. Langhorne tries the three, in and out as she misses, and that would have been quite massive as Tia Ann Tate is called for the travel in the fight for the rebound. Tegan Kettles just did enough just to harass her there and get her to pick up the pivot foot. Feed that to Kylie Langley. Christian Langhorne fakes the three, gets inside, little float, oh, too long on that one, gets her own rebound once again, blocked, gets it again, then she backs it back out. Belong to there by Tegan Kettles, then she misses. A lot of opportunities there for the Roadrunners, and not able to capitalize. Knocked away, kick ball there by Georgia Langley.
Just on that previous play, when Langhorne put up that three, they weren't sagging off her. They were jumping to the other player that she could have passed to. She almost had her pick of options. And just a defensive breakdown or miscommunication or something where, you know, maybe they were meant to switch and one player didn't switch, or whatever it transpired. But Kristen Langhorne should never be that open.
It is Abby Edmonton for the Nationals Academy. Katia Ann Tate had the turnover on the last possession right there. Tough shot, she misses. Kylie Langley with the rebound. Here's Christian Langhorne. Feed to Tyler Enshon, who's in the game. And she misses, does Kylie Langley. Tate on the feed to Sampson. It's there by Nowak as she tries three, goes off the top of the backboard, almost makes it in, but not able to fall down. Virgo with some pace, and she misses it. Georgia Nowak uses the screen. Edmonton tries the three, misses everything with that one, and out of bounds.
Yeah, but I don't mind that play from Virgo. Just, you know, getting up court at pace.
Trying to catch the defense napping on that fast break opportunity right there as Annie Wilkie into the game for the Roadrunners. Here's Megan Scott. Alia Enchon. On the drive, she misses. And the rebound. Tia Ann Tate. And offensive foul. Christian Langhorne draws the charge.
Veteran savvy. She saw Tia Ann Tate coming an absolute mile away.
Amazing defense right there by Christian Langhorne to draw the charge right there. You can see the veteran plays that she's been making in this first half. It's quite evident. Scott. To Enshon. Now Langhorne. Langhorne on the drive. Langhorne tough shot. She gets that one to go. And Christian Langhorne doing everything that she can. Lost ball. We're down to almost 10 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off. Nationals Academy to get the last shot right here. Everton gets inside and draws the foul with 4.2 remaining left on the clock.
We haven't really seen a lot of that from Canberra Nationals. Emerton just, faking the handoff, taking it with her into the paint.
Nice and simple, and not settling for tough shots and doing what Christian Langhorne did on the other end, just drawing fouls. And what the Roadrunners have been doing is drawing fouls all first half, and that's how they've built up this lead over how little it is. But it's been great for them as Everton misses the second free throw, and on the follow, Katia and Tate draws the foul and count it.
And a look on Matt Norton's face
not happy.
Tells a 1,000 words. You were leading 31-29 4 seconds ago. Now you've given up free throws, offensive rebounds, more free throws.
2.2 remaining, 33-31 game. There you get off, and Scott, that shot won't count. And that's the end of the first half.
All right, 33-31 at halftime. Queanbeyan, Canberra, a slender lead, but Queanbeyan had their chances to take the lead. They're led by Kristen Langhorne with 16, over half of their team's points. Georgia Lange 6, Tegan Kettles with 3. Whilst Canberra, they've only had 4 players get on the scoreboard. Katia Ann Tate with 11, Nyack with 9, Emerton with 7, and Sampson with 6. So quality scorers, even if they haven't had many of them, and none of those 4 players are remotely in foul trouble. So
yeah,
they can keep going to them all night at this stage.
A lot of fouls drawn by the Roadrunners, building up a lead now, heading into the second half. Nationals Academy made their way back with offensive boards right there and had a great first half, great first quarter to start off with. Roadrunners made their way back. And that's the end of the first half. 33-31 game. We'll be back here with you at GYG Stadium with the semi-final against the Roadrunners and the Nationals here in the Waratah Women. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes. We're back here at the Guzman y Gomez Stadium. Semi-final action in the Waratah Women's League. Semi-final one of a semi-final going on at the Niagara Park Stadium. Right now we've got the Canberra National Academy up 33-31 over the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. A Canberra matchup here in the Waratah Women. So, back and forth first half right there, as at the end the Canberra Nationals go up by 2 for some free throw opportunities and offensive boards, which was pretty much a problem for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. That was their main problem, you could say, after watching that first half for them. Down the other end, as in the Christian Langhorn show for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners, I mean, what she's been doing is, I mean, what else do we expect?
I mean, even for a player who averages 21 points per game, 16 in the first half in a semi-final, that is something special. But I mean, the Queanbeyan Roadrunners cannot have a lapse like that again. 4 points in 4 seconds to end the quarter. That is just not good enough. On such small swings, do games like this change?
Most certainly. Most certainly. In a low-scoring game like this, a 4-point swing like that could be very fatal. Hannah Bowles is into the game. She has 3 fouls on the night. Georgia Nowak. Nowak, the 2, she misses, and Tegan Kettles the rebound. Kettles had an impact for the Roadrunners in that first half. Georgia Nowak hustles her. Georgia Langley inside, off the glass and in, and that's the first 2 points of the quarter. Tie game at 33. Nowak distributed the ball and did whatever she could for the Canberra National Academy in that first half. Here's Edmonton. A beast on the offensive boards also in that first half. Late in the shot clock, Nowak long 2, misses, and the rebound. Tegan Kettles to initiate the offense for the Roadrunners. Has Bowles on her. Here's Georgia Langley inside, hustled by Bowles. She falls down, travel call.
And again, Hannah Bowles keeps playing with fire.
She's taking a risk right there. Gets the call in her favor that time. Again, with 3 fouls tonight, a 4th could be very fatal. Georgia Nowak. Edmonton backing down on Kettles. Edmonton inside, she misses, and Langhorn the rebound.
Yeah, momentum was always taking away from the basket there, Edmonton. It's a very tough look in that situation.
Kettles kick out. Here's Enshon. Enshon the long 2. Misses everything with that one. They get their own boards here now here with Langhorn. Langhorn gets the screen. Langhorn, tough shot. Tries to draw contact, but she gets no call there. And Tate the rebound.
Langhorn really making sure everybody knew that she thought she got bumped there.
It's Tate gets the 2 right there on the drive. Georgia Langley. Feed to Lauren Spengler. Not much going on here. 3 chucked up by Kettles. Misses everything with that one. And not a very good offensive possession there for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners, as Amber Virgo looking to spark some offense into the Roadrunners. She heads into the game for Lauren Spengler.
Yeah, we definitely need Virgo in the game here if you're the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. It's been, well, you said a poor offensive possession there that time. I think it's been multiple for the Roadrunners to start this second half.
Kick out. Sampson, can she get going? She misses the 3. And the rebound to the Roadrunners. Here's Kettles. Langley on the drive, on the feed to Virgo. And back out Langhorn. Kettles. It's the 3 on the last possession. Doesn't go for it. Langhorn blocked from behind by Bowles. What a block there. And Langhorn gets another foul. as she draws contact once again. She's been so good at that so far tonight. And she will be at the line for 2 free throws. Sampson and Nowak talk it over.
Yeah, knocks down over 5 free throws per game to Kristen Langhorne.
She had 5 free throws in her last game, along with her 16 points. And Langhorne successful on both. Georgia Nowak. Again, someone with a lot of NBL 1 experience. Round the horn, Katia Ann Tate chucks up the 3, too short. And the rebound, Georgia Langley. Here's Langley. On the drive, goes fast, drives, and draws contact once again.
Yeah, that's really good intensity from Langley, or intention. Get to the rack. Let's dare them to foul. Head to the line if you don't get the basket. I think it's really what Queanbeyan needed, just someone to really put the foot down and really show some aggression. I've been winging the ball around the arc a lot, with not a lot of penetration, not a lot of result either.
She misses the first right there. Georgia Langley in 14 games for the Roadrunners in the Senior Premier League. Local competition again on the Wednesdays. Averages 10.4 points per game in that competition. 36-35 game in favour of the Roadrunners. We have 6:22 remaining left in the third quarter. The feed, Everton inside. Great assist there. Nowak has been facilitating quite well so far tonight. Down the other end, and Georgia Langley, the floater, as she runs out.
Need to stop ball on that occasion. You saw what she did on the previous possession. You can't just let it go straight up the middle like that.
An open lane right there for an easy floater. As Emerton falls down, is fouled. As Tegan Kettles helps her up.
Just Emerton just splitting the defenders there.
So we have a timeout on the floor for the Nationals Academy. 37-38 game in favour of the Roadrunners. We have 5:53 remaining.
And of course, iAthletic are the official partner for Basketball New South Wales high performance programs and merchandising. Head to iathletic.com.au. Get yourself some BNSW kit.
Most certainly. Most certainly.
They also supply quite a few clubs around the nation, including some WNBL teams.
Most certainly.
Yes. All right.
What can the Roadrunners do to, they've just been kind of slow on offense, but all they've really been doing is getting us a line. What happens if they're not able to go ahead and do that? That's the only thing they're relying on.
That is 100% it. I mean, and even these last 2 possessions from Georgia Lange, you can't rely on her to just smoke the defense up the middle every time, because that's not going to happen either. They need to, maybe if they drop Kylie Lange back into the lineup and maybe try to get her, just get a few touches in the paint. I mean, it's probably not really Langhorne's preferred style, is to, if she's getting the ball, she's going to the basket. Maybe a bit of inside out. High-low action.
Adjust a little bit.
Yeah.
Just Sampson, the 3 out of the inbound, she misses. She's been cold from 3 so far tonight, not able to get going. The 3 right there, Virgo, she misses. And Sampson able to grab that board. Great effort on the boards right there. Georgia Nowak, double teamed inside Sampson. And that's what she needs.
Definitely.
Able to get going, and if she's able to just take over this game, you could see this game getting out of hand very quickly.
100%, but it's a long way from her taking over yet, and as long as Chris Langhorne is doing Chris Langhorne things, although Emerton's doing a good job there.
Feed to Tyler Enshon. Christian Langhorne gets it off. Late in the shot clock, she misses as Hannah Bowles gets the rebound. 39-38 game. Nationals Academy lead. Georgia Nowak. Hand off to Queanbeyan Tate. Down to 6, down to 5. Spins, kicks it out. Georgia Nowak off the side of the backboard. Queanbeyan Tate gets the rebound, but no doing there. It's a foul in the fight for the rebound as Georgia Langley is fouled, and Hannah Bowles got hit in the face right there. Shaken up a little.
Yeah, I reckon maybe right across the bridge of the nose, making the eyes water there.
No offensive foul call there. Might have been illegal contact there by Georgia Langley, as we have sweat on the floor and stoppage in play. Foul does go in favour of the Roadrunners, although. Gunners have Sampson, Tate, Nowak, Emerton, and Juan into the game for them. Langhorn hustled by Emerton. Langhorn gets inside, has an open lane and an easy lay. Poor defense there by the Nationals Academy as Juan falls down. Need to get across the timeline right here. They do of Nowak. She's double teamed. Juan gets it. Tate the open three. She misses, and Langley the rebound. Be there, Amber Virgo. Kick out. Rhiannon O'Brien. Ball almost goes out of bounds. They slow it down, and Langhorn is fouled once again.
And you mentioned the poor defense there by Canberra on that previous possession, where Langhorn just turned the corner, just got past Emerton, and there was really no help. Langhorn's the one who's hitting threes, so you don't need to stick on your shooters. Someone can come and help in that situation, because even though they like a three, Queanbeyan, it's pretty much Langhorn or Virgo.
Relying on their dynamic jurors. Kettles, can they rely on her? And they can.
It makes me eat my words.
They heard you. And Tegan heard you.
She can certainly knock one down, but I still think in that situation you'd rather have a three-point shooter than Langhorn going straight up the middle.
There's Abby Emerton with the easy two right there on the feed. I believe by Georgia Nowak right there, facilitating once again. And the horn, Langhorn fakes a three inside on the drive. She's fouled once again. She's been a nuisance. A nuisance.
Just finding it hard to stay in front of her, which
you got to think. Yeah, you got to think of kind of like the mental toll this takes on this Nationals Academy team. With just, it would be just frustrating just seeing what Christian Langhorn has done, just drawing fouls, slowing the game down, drawing contact all the time, getting your team in foul trouble. As she misses that first free throw right there, you got to think of the mental toll right there. You got to be able to push through that. You wonder if the Nationals Academy are dealing with that.
Yeah, you sort of start at a certain point. You start wondering what can we do? What are we going to do? It's almost not even a strategic thing as much as it is just can't stop the player kind of thing.
So we have a turnover right there, as Virgo is blocked and she gets her own rebound, as we'll see it stay here with a foul.
CC Huang called for the foul. Just her first though. Here comes Kylie Lange in for...
Is she?
No, I think she might. Oh, she'll be subbing for the shooter.
Subbing for Amber Virgo. In her 13 games in the Senior Premier League this season for West Basketball Club, she has 17.1 points per game, 35 three-pointers made in those 13 games.
Sounds a bit like what she does in Waratah. Lots of threes,
yeah,
lots
sounds
of points.
exactly like it. Sounds exactly like it. As my headphone cracks in my ear. Madison Schofield to initiate the offense for the Nationals. Start away, Christian Langhorn jumps the pass. Langhorn trying to find someone. She finds O'Brien. Now with Georgia Langley. Langley gets the screen inside. O'Brien kicks it out. Kettles the three. And Tegan Kettles It's back out to an 8-point lead now for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners, and it's just gone like that.
Yeah, a couple of threes from Kettles. Offense drying up a little bit from the Canberra National Academy as CC Wong has yet one to go, but it's now a chance to go out to a double-digit advantage. 2 minutes or so left.
In a low-scoring game like this, losing touch like that, a 10-point lead could be an average, a 20-point lead, basically. That's Kettles makes it a double-digit lead. Now it's 11 for the Roadrunners.
Also, Georgia Nowak, that wasn't Tegan Kettles putting her on the floor there. That was what looks to be an ankle injury. Whether it's just a stinger or maybe a cramp.
Yeah, maybe a cramp right there as she gets helped there on the sideline. Falling down right there and letting Kettles have the open opportunity.
So, Tegan Kettles, 3 threes in the quarter. Oh, I mean, Virgo hasn't hit as many as she usually does, but Kettles has stepped up in her stead. Kettles hits 2.5 per game, so she's above that average. Virgo's up there at 3.6.
Kettles with 30 three-pointers on the year and made 5 three-pointers in her last game, along with her 23 points.
Yeah, so she wasn't hitting early, or she wasn't really given the opportunity early.
Yeah.
But,
a lot of action there for Tegan Kettles making 3 threes this quarter. The veteran who attended Northern Iowa Area Community College for the 2014-15 season, almost a decade ago, that is, as a junior college in Iowa. Played for the Canberra Capitals Academy in 2016 and also plays in the Senior Premier League, the Canberra region for the Roadrunners, and averages 11.3 points per game and 28 three-pointers made on the year in her 14 games. So she can do it everywhere.
She can.
She's been doing it for a long time as well.
And I tell you what, that Iowa Community College basketball and sports scene in general is no joke. They don't have a lot of 4-year schools out there in Iowa, but junior college, it's definitely an elite junior college scene in that region.
As Tate gets the 2 right there. Tegan Kettles, Rhiannon O'Brien knocked away. Great defense there by Sullivan. Langhorn, the 3, can she get it? She's too short. That would have been massive. 9-point deficit here for the Nationals Academy on the run. Great move there by Emily Sampson. Early offense. And now a 7-point deficit.
They can just get her out and running off misses. She'll beat everyone up court and more like that. They've got to force misses and force stops in the first place to the Nationals Academy before they can even think about getting Sampson properly unlocked.
Enchon inside. Enchon on the drive. She misses. Kylie Langley gets it. And now Rhiannon O'Brien, the floater. Rhiannon O'Brien, 18 years old, averaging 11.4 points per game on the season. There's Emily Sampson. Katia and Tate. The 3, and that's big. Katia and Tate. Another 3.
The offenses are really starting to open up here. It's 23-15 quarter.
Is Langhorn, and she answers. Lost ball out of bounds, and the other way.
Langhorn pleading her case. Denied by the officials though.
Got 16 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Some great possessions here for the Nationals Academy, getting out on the run, hitting some threes with Katia and Tate on the last one. And it's a 6-point deficit here. Game not over. Schofield, the feed to Tate. It's inside, late in the shot clock, blocked, and they'll end the quarter. So, 54-48 game in favor of the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. And 2 minutes out from the 4th quarter. It's going to be quite the ending if we see what's going on in the last 3 quarters and see if that holds serve in that 4th.
Yeah, the offenses really came to play late in that 3rd quarter as well. Langhorn's now up to 21 points. Kettles with 12. She now got 4 3-pointers and she She didn't even really have many opportunities to shoot early in the game.
Yeah.
As the game's worn on, Virgo's not having a great night, not getting as many opportunities now either. She's got 4 points. Georgia Langie's got 11, whilst for Canberra, Tate with 18, Emerton with 11, Samson with 10, Nowak with 9. So still, it's really been those. It's still only those 4 players who have scored points for Canberra. As you look at the score over at Niagara Park, it is the Waves of Central Coast leading the Port Macquarie Dolphins 46-41. Looks like that game's midway through the third quarter, or maybe late stages thereof.
Again, the winner of this game will go up against the winner of the Central Coast Waves and the Dolphins game that is going on at the exact same time here, as Lockie just mentioned. Waves up by 5. And I believe, what time we at there?
25th minute of action, so
25th.
Midway through the third.
Midway through the third quarter. We are 30 seconds out from the start of the fourth quarter.
And I know that Port Macquarie women's team, they were actually asking, do we get commentators? That's so cool. So they're really looking forward to they really want that grand final spot. They want more games with commentators.
You're doing the Waratah Women's game tomorrow as well.
Are we together for that again?
We are.
Beautiful.
Well, we'll see us, me, Matt Pulrook, and Lockie France on the Waratah Women's call tomorrow at 1 p.m. over on Court 1.
Well, I finally get to be on Court 1, do I? How good, because I've been on all 4 games on this court today. And
got to be in front of a crowd.
I think my Youth 1 Women's Grand Final is on Court 1. So I think the Court Youth 2 will be out here.
I think it would be on Court 1.
Yeah, I think Youth 2 Grand Finals here at the same time. But back to matters at hand.
The matters at hand. Here's Kylie Langley. Rhiannon O'Brien finds Tegan Kettles for 3. Too short. Fight for the rebound. Kylie gets it. And a feed, a 3. Enchong gets that one to go. Back to a 9-point lead.
And Enchong averaging 0.1 3-point makes per game. That's one for the season before tonight.
1 on the season. On the drive, Tate draws contact. We'll head to the line for 2.
What a time to get your second of the season. Put your team out by 9 in a relatively low-scoring affair.
Massive.
Said earlier, Matt, 10 can feel like 20.
10 can feel like 20, and it's a 9-point game here. You could see a game of runs happening right here. If the Roadrunners have a run midway through this fourth quarter and get it out to a 15-point lead, you could see the Nationals Academy season all but over and the Roadrunners moving on to the grand final. But season not over yet, game not over yet, as it's an 8-point game and a turnover for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. That will help for the Nationals.
Certainly will. Chance to get it back to 5, and it was really just a sloppy pass. Sort of trying to bail herself out of the situation. Couldn't find a teammate.
Here's Madison Schofield. 8.8 points per game on the season. Schofield has hustled, double team. Great defense there by the Roadrunners. Was knocked into the backcourt. No backcourt violation right there. Schofield with the little floater draws contact as Kylie Langley hacks her. And Schofield will be at the line.
Yeah, good aggression there from Madison Schofield.
Able to stay with it as ball got knocked in the backcourt and landing the shot clock. She draws contact right there. She makes that first 3 throw. And second one made right there.
And it could come down to the 2 free throws at this late stage.
A lot of them in this game, especially by Christian Linghorn and the Queanbeyan Roadrunners. Stolen, no, knocked around, and looks like a jump ball and possession arrow towards the Nationals Academy. So I believe Schofield able to take that one away.
Good couple of minutes from Madison Schofield.
Sparkplug off the bench for Canberra. Stoppage for some sweat on the floor. And Tate to throw it in. 57-51 game. Madison Schofield. Feed to Sampson. Sampson on the drive. Sampson. Miss. And the rebound. Megan Scott. Sampson cold so far tonight. Not able to bring this lead back as Rhiannon O'Brien makes matters worse with the two.
Yeah, I mean, as good as it would be to have Emily Sampson, you know, pop off for 30, now the players out there who can be reliable.
And Edmonton, talk about the other people. Yeah.
You know, they've only had four players. They've only had 4 players score tonight, but Edmonton has done her fair share of the work.
The 3, can she answer? Enshon answers the Everton 3, and it's back to an 8-point lead. Here's Tate. Just able to get across the timeline as Everton has it. Here's Tate. Down to 7, down to 6. Tate gets inside, kicks it out. Schofield, the 3 misses everything, and Scott the rebound. Megan Scott finds Kettles. Can she hit another? 4 threes on the night. Inside to Kylie Langley. Kick out. Scott, she misses the 3. And rebound towards Canberra.
As we're going to see Georgia Nowak back into the game. She's just been on the wall there, stretching out that calf that cramped, and saw Tegan Kettles left with a wide open shot there earlier.
Yeah, big addition for Canberra as she had a great first half, able to facilitate in a great third quarter. Tate uses the screen, knocked away. Bad pass and a turnover. Rhiannon O'Brien. Feed inside, Georgia Langley. That foul's on the floor right there. Hannah Bowles into the game for Canberra, who had some foul trouble in that first half, had 3 fouls, yet to commit one here in the second. And we have a timeout on the floor. 8-point lead here with 6:48 remaining. 62-54 game in favor of the Roadrunners. Roadrunners able to extend this lead here in the fourth quarter, and times are getting desperate for the Canberra Nationals.
Yes, and they've got now Tate on 4 fouls, Emerton on 3, Sampson on 3, Bowles on 3, and for Queanbeyan it's just Georgia Lange on 3 fouls. So
some of their top players, you'd say pretty much their top 4 or 5 or 4 of their top 6 players or so in some foul trouble.
Yes, meanwhile, over at Niagara Park, it's now 48 apiece, 3 minutes left in the third. That game will still be going when we finish here.
See how that goes, and the winner of this game will certainly be waiting and certainly be looking who to prepare for tomorrow. Again, less than 24 hours from tip-off of that grand final, again at 1 p.m. Short turnaround for games, very short. Really short
turnaround. You know, this game, I think, tipping off, well, the Waves game tipping off an hour later than expected, because that was meant to be the 5:30 game here, and this be 7:30. Instead, both games at 6:30 in different venues. So
yeah,
even less rest than you would expect.
Game's getting switched around everywhere. Miss off the glass, Georgia Langley. And the fight for the rebound, Everton has it. Here comes Canberra with Tate. Tate inside, draws contact as
Kylie Lange just straight up telling the ref it was a charge, and
it wasn't.
The referee wants no part of the argument.
That's her third. Tate, some crucial free throws right here. Make it a 2-possession game.
Plenty of those 4 fouls, but...
And she makes a second.
Tate, she's definitely we thought it was going to be Sampson, but it could be Ann Tate. who's the one to get Canberra National Academy over the line. They are to reel this in.
O'Brien, the three in and out. That would have been massive. O'Brien now has it again. On the offensive boards as Kylie Langley has been a nuisance on there. Down to 6, down to 5, inside Kylie Langley, the 2 and 1. Counter and a foul. As Kylie Langley will be heading to the line for 1.
And extending the lead with Kristen Langhorne sitting on the bench.
Resting up for tomorrow.
Maybe resting up for a final 4 minutes or so sprint to the line tonight. Or 6 minutes, the way she's already up off the bench.
See what goes on there. 64-56 game for the Roadrunners. Now 65-56 as Kristen Langhorne subs in for Kylie Langley. Langley with some great minutes tonight. Kristen Langhorne most certainly to finish out this game. Is Georgia Nowak. Feed Laura Top into the game for the Nationals Academy. Sisu Hong. Tia and Tate. Tate inside. Tate misses. Emerton the follow. Abby Emerton doing what she did in that first half on the offensive boards. Georgia Langley. Langhorne inside. And we'll stay with the Roadrunners.
Queanbeyan got away with one there. I don't think a pass was the right option in that situation. There was just no room. The bounce pass was a bad option because it was never getting up to height. And even just passing to hands wasn't really going to work in those close quarters. But a chance to reset here.
Kettles to inbound. Gets it to O'Brien. Not able to save it in time. And a backcourt as I catch the ball and throw it back.
Love getting hands on the ball as a commentator.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. Feel even more part of the action. That would be really bad if, like, some player came to save it and fell right into the commentator's table. It would be really bad. Anyways.
I can tell you that's not a hypothetical from first-hand experience.
Yeah. Saw your face on there as Langley misses on the other end. And now down the other end, Abby Emerton gets the 2 and counted in a foul.
Emerton, they just haven't had an answer for her just about all night of Queanbeyan. They've got this lead, but Emerton has been a problem they have not been able to solve.
Game is certainly in the reach for Nationals Academy. And it's a 65-61 game. 4-point deficit here for the Nationals. As Emily Sampson, the star player for Canberra, sits on the bench still with 5 minutes to go. And the star player for the Roadrunners is Langhorne. Langley, a feed. Kettles is left wide open, a long 2 in and out. As Wilkie gets it, Langhorne. Down to 8, Kettles, a feed to Langhorne. Langhorne gets inside, great defense, but splits the 2 defenders and gets the 2.
That's just great veteran play. Kettles putting it where only Langhorne could get it. And then Langhorne just using her skill set.
And Tate fixed the 2 right there. Emerton, can she get another? She can. Abby Emerton, who only had 6 3-pointers made on the season before this game, has made 3 tonight.
They're stepping up when they are most needed.
There's Langley. 3-point game. Nowak on the floor, and she doesn't agree with the call.
Emerton's now leading scorer for Canberra with 22 points. Tate with 21. Langhorne still leads all scorers with 23, but...
Timeout on the floor as Nowak and the referee Lachlan Nichols talk it over.
I can't tell if this is a timeout game or the kids just wiping the floor, but they're certainly having fun with it. But 67-64, the Queanbeyan lead, and the Canberra National Academy, they've just been chipping away, and I've called 3 games today already where teams have been close enough to get back in it, and every time they've made a little run, they've let it blow out again. But Canberra haven't done that. It was out to 9 or 10. They get it back a little bit, and then they go basket for basket. Then they get it back a little bit more, and now they're back to 3. And that's what you have to avoid, is letting it jump out again and undoing all your good work. And Canberra have done that well as this game has progressed. Despite the fact Emily Sampson isn't having her best night, Tate, who's been her rear gunner for most of the season, and Emerton, who we know has NBL 1 experience, he's been almost, she's out there knocking down 3. They're losing her in rebounding contests. She's finishing around the basket. Now she's got 22 points, and we're there to get home here, the Canberra National Academy, and head to another grand final that could all run through Abby Emerton.
She's been very dominant this game as the Roadrunners have it. 3-point lead for them. Christian Langhorn. A feed inside. Georgia Langley the 2, and the assist goes to Langhorn.
Yeah, Laura Top just got caught wrong side on that occasion.
Knocked away from behind there by Langhorn as Emerton loses it, and now Top misses everything with that layup. Annie Wilkie, now a feed to Langley. Kettles. Langhorn now down to 10 on the shot clock. Langhorn. And a miss there, I believe, by Wilkie. She misses. Feed there, Cece Hong the 2, and out in transition.
And that's a 3-on-1. Queanbeyan, you're 5 points up with 3 minutes left in a semi-final.
No effort to get back. No effort to get back there. Is Langhorn. Langhorn inside off the glass and in, and she's been the dominant one for her team. Emily Sampson and Hannah Bowles ready to head into the game for the Nationals. Long to there by Katia Ann Tate. She misses. Too short with that one. Georgia Langley, a lot of contact stolen away. Great steal there by Tate. Gets her there at the half court. She misses everything with that layup.
Yeah, looking to use the glass there and just couldn't find it. Right decision here to bring Bowles and Sampson back into the game. There's no point in them sitting on the bench with 3 fouls as the game falls by the wayside.
Kettles inside, miss, and Emerton the rebound. 71-66 game. We're almost down to 2 minutes remaining left here in this semi-final. Tate inside, Top gets it. She's down on one knee right there, fight for the ball. And a jump ball possession arrow goes the way of the Roadrunners. Along with Sampson and Bowles, the Roadrunners bring in Scott and take out Georgia Langley. As well as Talia Enchon, who's into the game for the Roadrunners. Hit a 3 earlier. Scott feeds it to O'Brien. Now Scott to initiate. Down to 2 minutes remaining. Do not switch off this, folks. Close game. Definitely come down to the end. In the corner, the shot there by Kettles. The 1-2. Sampson quick too, and she gets it to go. Early offense there for the Nationals Academy, and Sampson able to hit the jumper. 1:40 remaining, 73-68.
Oh, a carry.
And a carry and a turnover there by Rhiannon O'Brien. That's not what they needed.
No.
Again, unforced errors.
And Canberra National Academy also in the bonus the rest of the way, whilst they do also have a foul to give. That might be
crucial.
Crucial coming.
Tate inside, she draws the contact.
In these late stage situations, having 3 fouls isn't the worst thing, especially if you have to foul to stop the clock. You don't really have to be doing it 4 or 5 times. I've seen teams, it gets to a minute to play, they haven't committed a foul for the entire 4th quarter. They spend the entire final minute just chasing people around the court.
Georgia Langley into the game for the Roadrunners in exchange for Rhiannon O'Brien. She has out. And Tate makes another crucial free throw. Had 2 free throws that she made. Successful trip a few minutes ago. Every point matters. A miss. Bowles gets the crucial offensive rebound. Fight for the ball in the paint. Sampson, she loses it. Goes between her legs. They need to get it. They slow it down. Nowak and out of bounds. Out of bounds. As Bowles not able to reach for it. Nowak with a turnover.
Really would have loved to see Bowles just go straight back up instead of trying to feed that little pass into Abby Emerton. To be fair in this situation, if that shot from Bowles misses, Abby Emerton's a better than even chance of getting the O board anyway.
Most definitely. Here's Kettles. Roadrunners running the clock down. They are up by 4. Down to 9. Down to 8. Here's Kettles. With Bowles on her. Kettles gets inside. Great defense by Bowles. Out of bounds. 1 left on the shot clock. And it will stay here with the Roadrunners. Tough to get a shot off with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. So they do here, and a timeout on the floor as the Roadrunners look to talk it over, and they begin an ATO and after timeout play together.
Yeah, it's down 4. Just 1 second on the shot. It's a tough situation to draw something up for with 1 second. You're still going to play a second of defense, but back your team to get a stop here and essentially draw up what you're going to do in your next offensive set. Still plenty of time. It's score. I mean, they don't have to do anything silly. There's still 3 possessions here minimum. So score, stop, score.
Yeah, most definitely.
For Canberra, but Queanbeyan, interesting to see what they're going
to draw up
here.
It's a 2-possession game. Nothing, again, what you say, nothing silly. Nothing silly at all. Just get a stop right here. Get a quick bucket. Definitely does not have to be a 3 at all.
No.
And you haven't really been successful from the 3-point line to the point where you can go ahead. But if you have an open opportunity, Everton has 3 on the night. Use her. Or you just get a quick bucket, make sure Everton is in the dunker spot and has a chance to get the offensive rebound. First up, get a stop right here as Rhiannon O'Brien heads into the game for the Roadrunners. She's going to inbound from the baseline as Megan Scott heads out. 59 seconds remaining. 73-69 game. 1 left in the shot clock. Kettles gets it off the rim and out. And here come the Nationals Academy. They need to get a bucket right here.
That's really smart, just providing a little bit of pressure up court.
Knight gets it over as Edmonton down to 14. Feed to Tate inside. Tate off the glass and in. Tate gets the N1. Crazy.
This game.
Best case scenario.
Massive. She can knock this down. It goes back to a 1-point game.
We almost head out of our chairs as that happened. Block the camera in the way, maybe.
I mean...
And Tate misses the 3 for Edmonton. Can she get it? It might have gone off the knee of Christian Langhorn, but they call it Roadrunners ball. As Edmonton disagrees and is completely distraught at the decision by the referees.
Yeah, just lock back in now. Don't worry about it. You can't change the call. Just get back on defense.
Edmonton is arguing. Still Roadrunners possession. They need to focus. 35 seconds remaining. Georgia Langley. Kettles.
Running 24 is almost as good as a basket here. Not quite as good.
Langhorn inside. Can she get it? She draws contact on the drive. We'll see if it's a shooting foul. Roadrunners not in the bonus quite yet.
It is a shooting foul.
It is a shooting foul. She gets the continuation on the drive right there. And Langhorn at the line for 2.
Well, who else would you want if you're a Queanbeyan Roadrunners fan at the line but Chris Langhorn?
She makes the first crucial free throw. She's been great at it all night long. Drawing contact and getting to the line to make this a 2-possession game. And she does. 75-71, 18 seconds remaining. Crucial time here for the Nationals Academy. Tate Gets inside, double dribble right there. Yes, I called it before they called it. And a turnover.
No.
That might be the nail in the coffin.
Might be. Time to foul here now for the Canberra National Academy.
That's all they can do. With 13 seconds remaining, they're not going to do it. They're not fouling quite yet. They get it across the timeline. And with Kettles, they're not going to foul. And that might do it. That might do it. As they run it out and shot clock out, time out, and game over. As the Queanbeyan Roadrunners win 75-71 over the Canberra Nationals Academy. And the Canberra Nationals season is over. Not able to defend their title from last year. Not able to get 3 titles in 4 years as they bow out and will go home after having a great season as they congratulate each other, embrace each other. But for the Queanbeyan Roadrunners, as they await the match between the Central Coast Waves and the Port Macquarie Dolphins.
Well, that game still has 6 minutes to go, and the Waves are up 58-56 over there at Niagara Park.
Very close game as the Queanbeyan Roadrunners will head on to the grand final tomorrow at 1 p.m. on Court 1. Me and Lockie will be on the call for that. We'll see who their opponent is, either if it's the Dolphins or the Waves. Again, as you said, they are in the 4th quarter with the Waves up. But the Roadrunners to be 4th at 11 wins and 5 losses. Best offense in the Waratah Women. We'll see who they go up against and see how they'll do it tomorrow.
Yes, it should be an electric matchup. Queanbeyan led, of course, by Kristen Langhorne, 27 points. Tegan Kettles at 3rd quarter barrage of 3-pointers, helping her to 14. Georgia Lange with 13. Lost for Canberra. Katia Antate with 24 and Abby Emerton with 22 led the way. Emily Sampson with 12 and then Georgia Nyack with 9. And great work facilitating for much of the night. But at the end of the day, Queanbeyan, once they broke it open to a 9-point lead, so it's going to be difficult to come back. And Canberra Nationals Academy, you can't say they didn't have their chances, but I mean, three championships in 4 years is a very difficult task for anyone, and to even win 2 of the last 3 and be back here again is especially high achievement.
Queanbeyan will go for their 2nd title in the Waratah Women as the Queanbeyan Yowies in 2015. They won that title that year almost, or actually a decade ago now.
I was at that game.
You were at that game?
I was at that game in Sutherland watching Annie Lafleur go around for the Queanbeyan Yowies.
Annie Lafleur, yeah, she was the grand final MVP that year. Christian Langhorne was the MVP overall for that season. And she's 10 years later on this team, the MVP, having the 27-point night that she had tonight, and did what she did. Quite amazing. And we'll see what she does tomorrow, along with the rest of the team. And for that, that's the end of the semi-final. Queanbeyan win by 4, 75-71 game. And we'll see you, me, Matt Pulbrook, and Lucky France checking off. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the grand final.